right, good morning everyone. We hope you all had a lovely and comforting Thanksgiving. I think most of you are aware by now that the Disability Action Center is going to be having classes done remotely this week. Keeping everybody safe is of the utmost importance. So what I'm going to do is record myself here at 10:30 and then upload the video to the agency's YouTube page for you all to have available. All right? Now, normally for class, we would start out by getting up and getting moving, and I'm going to do the same thing, and then I'll run through some worksheets and then provide just a brief rundown of what class would be like for you all. Okay, so today we're going to start out. We're going to start out with 3 different exercises just to get up on a Monday morning, and then we're going to have a focus on talking about manners and how important it is to show other people respect and yourself. So right now, we're going to do 10 crisscross hops. We're going to do 10 chest expansions and then some wrist rolls to go along with that. So if you were here at the DAC for class, I would have you stand up. We're going to do 10 jumps crisscross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? From here, we would do 10 chest expansions with some deep breaths in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then 5 wrist rolls to the right. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we would do that 2 more times, and I'll run through that real quick here. All right, 10 crisscross jumps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 chest expansions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 5 wrist rolls. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, relax. We'll stand up nice and tall and do it 1 more time, and then I'll have you take your seat wherever you're at, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 chest expansions. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Now at this time, I would either run through a worksheet or 2 or do something quick on the board, and I wrote up a couple things here in advance. I'm not sure that this can be seen through the camera, but on this right side of the board, I have what you would see, what would be known as some good manners to show other people. And then over on the left side of the board are some poor examples of what we wouldn't do. Okay, so on the right side, I have just five examples here, such as raising your hand if you have to ask a question, being polite toward other people, taking turns when using things, saying please and thank you, and apologizing if something doesn't work out the way it was supposed to. All right, and I would have asked you in class to provide some examples of your own, and rather than me just writing them up here. And then on the left side, some bad examples, some bad manners that we want to avoid the best we can would be to avoid running in the hallway here at the DAC, being bossy toward other people, laughing at somebody, making fun of somebody, speaking with food in your mouth, and cutting in line if you're trying to wait for something. Okay, so again, good examples of manners here on the right, poor examples here on the left. We would have spent some time talking about those, and then I had a worksheet to go along with that, and I'm going to show you what that is. I ended up completing it ahead of time. Okay, so I'm going to squat down here. We have our manners worksheet. I'm going to hold it up really close, all right? And I went ahead and did a crisscross here. So number 1 says, what should you say if you walk in front of somebody? And we would try to match that up with the appropriate response on the right side. All right? And the answer to that one would be to say, excuse me. All right? If you're walking in front of somebody and you need to get past them, or just move around them the best you can, you would say, just excuse me, I need to go past you, and then move along. All right? Number 2 says, letting someone use something you are using is called what? Letting somebody use something that you are using is called what? Maybe you're sharing something, right? If I'm using this pencil to complete this worksheet, but there's no other pencil, maybe somebody else needs it. So you would share your pencil with somebody else. All right? Number 3, when you ask for something, you say what? When you ask for something, you say what? You would say please. I went ahead and matched it. That goes along with the green word please. All right? Number 4, when you receive something, you would say thank you. So kind of the opposite of the one right before. Number 5, when you receive a gift, it would be very kind of you to send a thank you card just to follow up whatever you received. Okay? So number 5, you would send a thank you card down here in the yellow. Number 6 says if your parents ask you to do something, you should show them what? And that leaves us with the third one down on this list called respect. If somebody asks you to do something, just show them respect and complete the task that needs to be done. Okay? Number 7, if you make someone else upset or sad, what would you say? So maybe it wasn't, but maybe it was just by accident that I upset somebody, okay? And then maybe I would say I'm sorry and confront them and try to make up for the situation at hand, and I would apologize. All right? Number 8, and if somebody's having a bad day and you see them upset, what would you do? You would talk to them. Something kind to do would be to talk to them and ask them if they're okay, right? And then number 9, to finish up the sheet, when you meet somebody, what should you say? When you meet somebody, what should you say? You would say, it is nice to meet you. And in that way, they know that you're appreciative of meeting them as well. All right, so we would have completed this worksheet together, spent some time crisscrossing the answers here and matching the right side to the left. All right? Now, then I would have had everybody get up again. We're going to play a game, okay? And I might bring the camera along with me here. I have these little squares, and on these squares are some examples of good manners and bad manners, a couple of the ones that are shown here on the board, as well as some of the good manners that we just talked about on that worksheet. Now, we would have lined up in class. Okay, now if you're at home though, and you have somebody that wants to join you, I would suggest it because it's a little bit better with more than just one person. Okay, I'll run through a few examples, maybe not do the whole deck here, but we'll see how it goes. So the cards would have been flipped over, right? And somebody would take the card and either read it to themselves or they would read it out loud. And in my case, this says, another person hands you a paper and you say thank you. Use your manners, you say thank you, and it says move ahead 3 spaces. This is kind of like a board game. We would have done a live action board game in class today. So, because I can't do that, if you're at home and you have somebody joining you, I want you to take 3 hops forward for this line. Again, another person hands you a paper. You use your manners. You say thank you. That's good. We're going to take 3 hops forward. Forward. Okay? I'll put this one down. Then we'll go to the next one. We'll flip it over. And this one says, you ask the person next to you if you can please borrow a pencil. Again, that's something good. That's another good manner. Move ahead 1 space. Take 1 step forward, 1 hop forward, wherever you're at. Okay? I'll set this one down. This card says, another student drops a pencil and you pick it up for them. Again, another good manner. There are some poor manners in here. We're going to move 1 step forward. And we'll continue this game until all the cards are gone, and then whoever was the farthest would win the game. All right? This one says, a student is sitting on the slide and not letting anybody use it, but you tell them it's kind to take turns and to share. So you would move ahead. We would take 1 step forward, 1 jump forward. Next card says, let's see here. I'm gonna mix these up a little bit, just in case. Okay. You take another person's pencil without asking. Now, would that be something kind to do? You take somebody else's pencil without asking. That would be a poor manner. We are going to take 2 steps back or 2 jumps back from the position that you were in before. All right? A student cuts in front of you in line, and you pushed them out of the way. Somebody steps in front of me. I pushed them. That is not a good manner. I will take 1 step back. Right? You accidentally knock over somebody's drink. You say, I'm sorry, and help them clean it up. What would I do? That's something nice to do. If I spilled somebody else's drink, I say, I'm sorry, I help them clean it up. That is a good manner. I will take 3 steps forward, 3 jumps forward. Another student says she likes your shoes. You run off without saying thank you, move back 1 space. Somebody told me they liked my shoes and I didn't really acknowledge it, so I'm going to take a step back for not saying thank you and using a good manner. All right? You loudly ask a question without raising your hand. So if you're sitting in class here with me speaking and somebody just starts shouting in the middle of class, that's not very kind. All right? We're going to move back 2 spaces. This one says, the swings are being used outside. You wait your turn, move ahead 1 space. And that goes with anything. If you're waiting for the use of something, maybe waiting to borrow a pencil or waiting to use the restroom, you patiently wait until it is your turn. That is good. We'll take 1 step forward. All right. You need to ask your teacher a question, but she is talking to somebody else. You interrupt. You interrupt when somebody else is speaking. Not kind to do. 1 step back. All right, our next one says, somebody bumps into you without saying excuse me. You tell them that they are mean for doing that. Move back 1 space. Somebody accidentally bumps into me, all right, and I tell them that they're mean, but it was an accident. Okay, they didn't mean to do that, and I told them they are mean. That's mean of me to do, so I'm going to take a step back. You need to get by somebody in the hallway. You say, excuse me, that's something good. We'll take ahead 2 spaces. right? So if there's a whole bunch of stuff here at the DAC going on in the hallway and I need to get by, I'm gonna say, pardon me, excuse me, see if I can make my way through. That's something good. I'll move ahead 2 spaces where I'm at in line. All right, somebody bumps into you and doesn't say, excuse me, you ignore it, move ahead 1 space. All right, so this one's a little bit different. Somebody bumps into me. I try not to let it get to me because they didn't say excuse me. So maybe that was something rude on their part. All right, I'll move ahead 1 space for that. Another student gets hurt. You help them find an adult or a teacher, right? Move ahead 3 spaces. I'll just keep reading these as we go through. All right, the cafeteria is serving carrots, but you don't like carrots. You don't complain, you just eat them. Move ahead 1 space. So if you don't like to eat something, but you eat it anyway, just because they gave it to you, that's something kind to do. Move ahead 1 space. That was the same one here. A teacher is talking, you are listening quietly. Move ahead 2 spaces. All right. There are a good bit left. I won't continue to go through these. But again, whoever was the farthest in line here would have done it in the hall, right just in the middle of the room here. Whoever was the farthest would have won that game. And again, that was just a review of the difference between good and bad manners. All right, after that, it would have brought you back to your tables. We would have taken a seat and then completed this worksheet right here called Good Manners, where we're able to differentiate the 2 again, okay? Coloring all the good ones in green and the bad ones in purple. So let me just run through these in the circle real quick, okay? Sharing your toys with other people that want to play. That would be something good. We would color that with green. Taking somebody's things without asking. Nope, that's not a good manner. Saying excuse me, that is a good manner. This doesn't say, just saying please and thank you. Again, that's one that I wrote here on the board on the left, on the right side. Saying please and thank you, that's a good one. Ignoring someone when they ask you a question, not very kind to do. Interrupting someone when they are talking, let's avoid doing that, not a good manner. Holding the door open for somebody behind you. If I'm walking into the DAC and I see that a family member or a client is walking in, I'm going to hold the door open for them, okay? And then coughing without covering your mouth is not good, or coughing without a mask on, that's really not good right now, okay? Not a good idea, all right? Here is our good and bad manners worksheet. And then we would have finished up class with just a word search for you all to do. And maybe I can get these resources up so you can have them available. But that would have been it for today's class, okay? Talking about good manners, how important it is to treat other people with respect, make you feel good about yourself as well. And that was it, all right? So again, on Wednesday, for Wellness Wednesday, I'll be back here at the DAC. I'll record myself again for class and then upload it online for you all. Okay, I hope everybody takes care, and I'll talk to you soon.